Hi there, it's Chiyu here from iHeartUmami.com. Welcome to my paleo cooking channel. A few of my readers asked if I could prepare a freezer-friendly recipe that's quick to put together and it tastes even better a few days later. And that's what I'm going to share with you here this week. And before I forget to mention it, if you like this video, please give a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel below. I'll be sharing new Asian-inspired paleo recipes here every single Thursday. So without further ado, let's make my freezer-friendly coconut chicken curry. So to make a very good homemade freezer meal-friendly coconut curry chicken, the first step I want to show you actually is I'm going to utilize a store-bought green curry paste. And this is just a brand that I could find in my nearby grocery stores called Thai green coconut curry paste. And you read the ingredients, very clean, it's all paleo friendly and also Whole30 friendly. So this is a good enough curry paste, but I want to show you a little tiny trick that I invented up, a combination of flavor. I call that my curry flavor booster. And you can use this curry flavor booster for any other type of curry, for example, green curry, which is the one I'm going to share with you here today, and also red curry or even yellow curry. Just switch the curry pepper. So, for example, if you want to make red curry chicken, you will switch to the red chili pepper here. So you can see I have shallot, I have fresh ginger, I have garlic cloves, and I have about 2 green serrano chili pepper. You can use Thai chili pepper as well, but I want to share more common type of chili pepper that most of my readers and followers can use in North America. And some lime juice, half lime juice, and lime zest. And usually in Thai curry paste, you will use galangal, it's a Thai ginger. And because I can find it, but I want to make sure that all of you can use it as well. So I went on a little trip and then discovered, some substitute ingredients that are friendly and it tastes most similar to the original flavor. So, and we have fresh cilantro here, and you can see I have left some roots, and then just wash them clean. The roots have a lot of flavor. I don't want to throw them away. And we're gonna use fish sauce and some sea salt and olive oil to make my curry flavor booster. Okay, so I'm just going to, I roughly chop them, and you don't have to chop them really fine because we are going to chop them in a blender. So just quickly blend them together very quickly. And I have a very small little food processor here, so if you have a large one, you can dump everything in at once. It's probably even faster for you. And I'm going to show you why we do this little extra flavor enhancer, this flavor booster, to make the store-bought curry paste taste just as good as the restaurant, if not even better. So now after I chop all the herbs, I'm going to add in some seasonings. You are going to add about 1 teaspoon of sea salt and about ½ teaspoon of red boiled fish sauce. By the way, if you're curious about the measurements, I will put a link down below so you can go to my site to print a very well-written and beautifully laid out recipe for you. And about 2 tablespoons of olive oil, extra virgin olive oil. And the measurements, you don't have to be that exact. That's the beautiful part about my flavor booster. If you like things more spicy, just add more chili pepper. If you love garlic, if you love shallot, just add more of that. Or if you love cilantro, add more cilantro. So it's meant to be a flavor enhancer. And just give it a little quick toss. And this paste is just going to add so much more color and flavor and intensity to your homemade green coconut curry chicken. And I'm going to show you what I do. Once you prepare a little paste here, I'm going to use it for today for 1½ pound of chicken breast. So I probably will need about 3 tablespoons to 3½ tablespoons. So for all the extra paste, what you're gonna do is you're gonna put them in an ice cube tray. and then maybe fill in with a little bit more olive oil and just freeze them. And then whenever you want to make a quick put together curry chicken, you can just add the homemade paste and homemade curry booster with a store-bought paste, and just instantly add so much dimension to your dish. And then let me show you a little bit. Look, so I previously have made a few more, and they are great. You can just, once they form into a shape, just put them in a Ziploc bag, and then sort of keep the flavor there. And you can use them, I would say probably they are good for about 4 to 6 weeks. So I decided to add an eggplant into my green coconut chicken curry. I love eggplant, and unfortunately when I went to grocery shop today, I couldn't find any Asian eggplant, or sometimes they might have Thai eggplant in my local grocery store, but all I could find today was an Italian eggplant. So what I'm going to treat it a little bit differently is I am going to actually dice them into smaller bite sizes. And if it's Asian eggplant, the skin is a little bit thinner, so you can dice them to slightly larger chunks. But since the Italian eggplant has a little bit thicker skin, and I'm going to show you what I'm going to dice them, and going to add a little extra special treatment to make this eggplant going to be freezer friendly. And if you love eggplant, you can certainly get more. I'm just using one little medium size here. And try not to slice them too thin, but it's still within the bite sizes, okay? Okay, so after we have chopped the eggplant, I am actually going to hand sear them until they are slightly soft, and then also a little bit golden brown actually in a saute pan. I heated about 2 tablespoons of melted coconut oil here. Okay, and the reason we're going to do that is because if you just simply add diced eggplant into later on our curry pot, the eggplant will more likely turn mushy, and it's just less texture in your mouth feel. And then don't even mention if you want to do freezer friendly meal, after a few days or maybe several weeks, when you take it out of the freezer, it's just gonna turn mushy. So it's good to have for you to build a little texture here for them right now. So you want to just kind of pan grill them. And if you don't like eggplant at all, you can just completely skip this vegetable. So you want to keep just grilling them and until you can just see they turn softer, not mushy, but also kind of slightly charcoal like browned. So you can see I grill the eggplant so until they are slightly soft and also blistered golden brown surface, and we're gonna set it aside, let it cool a little bit. Remember our curry flavor booster. So, and I'm going to mix that with 2 teaspoons of our store-bought green curry paste. For 1.5 pounds of chicken breast, it's about 2 teaspoons. Ooh, flying really hard here. I'm gonna add about 3 tablespoons to 3.5 tablespoons of our green curry flavor booster we just made. And you're gonna keep stirring. Just let it pan fry a little bit until it's fragrant but not burned. So probably about medium to slightly medium low heat. Okay? And when you taste the curry paste booster the first time, you're gonna feel like, oh, this is a little salty, are you sure? But don't worry about it, it's meant to be a flavor enhancer. So later on when we're adding our chicken and also an entire jar of coconut milk, everything's going to melt together perfectly. And if you previously made, the curry flavor booster like me, with a little those cubes, you can just, when you're home very quickly or when you're doing the meal prep, quickly adding some store-bought paste and then popping, 2 or 3 cubes and then just stir fry them, and then you don't even need to chop anything. It's just super fast. Okay, so when you can smell the fragrance, I've been stir frying this, not burned, so you have to keep stirring it, scooping it for about, I would say probably 1 minute. And I am going to add in our previous sliced chicken breast, and you can see they are pretty thin, okay? So they're about small bite sizes as well. And you're just gonna stir fry them actually with our paste until they are sealed. So again, you know, this is a little bit different than a lot of people when they teach you how to make chicken curry. This way you will seal the meat and then create a little texture for yourself. So, you know, when you eat them later on, or when you, after they cool down, you put them in the freezer, it's just gonna taste so much better. And by the way, if you are interested to learn more about how to eat healthy and how to put, you know, homemade, delicious meal together in a very quick manner, I have an online course. It's called I Heart Umami Paleo Cooking School that teaches you exactly a very simple and but useful system to help you eat paleo more easily and make it more realistically for you and also your family. So if you want to learn more about my short mini online course, please visit iHeartUmami.com. I put a link right here and also down below. Enter your first name and also your email address, and I will send you more information about it. So during the stir fry process, if you feel like it's getting a little too dry, you can add about maybe a tablespoon of full-fat coconut milk if you want. But I think this should be fine. So now the heat right now is about medium-high heat. So you can see there's not much liquid in here because we're stir frying. And when the chicken is about, you know, sealed, has some texture, we are going to add in an entire can, about 14 ounces of full-fat coconut milk here. Smells wonderful. Just gonna give it a stir, make sure everything is blended well. And what I'm gonna do here is I'm going to cover it with a lid and then lower the heat to let it shimmer, okay? So until the chicken is completely cooked through. So after I have shimmered the chicken and the chicken completely cooked through, you can see, wow, it's beautiful green color oil from our vegetable, from the curry booster. I call that my curry enhancer. Homemade. You cannot get this just simply from store-bought curry paste. And so I am going to give a little taste test to see if I want to add a little bit more fish sauce or maybe a little bit more salt. Let's see. Oh wow, it's so good. I'm just going to add a little bit of fish sauce, but you should definitely taste test, and then depends on your personal preference and to see if you want to add more fish sauce or a little bit more salt, okay? And remember our eggplant. And so here's the thing, if you want to do meal prep and make it become freezer friendly, this is the point that you should stop, actually turn off the heat and wait until it's completely cooled down, and then separate them into your, perhaps your glass container. And what I'm gonna do here is, you can see I have a little mess going on here. I have all of frozen vegetables, and I have petite Brussels sprouts. I have frozen artichoke hearts, my favorite, so good. And I also have some frozen tricolor carrots. It just so happened I found them in my local grocery store. And the key point is here that since, you know, if you want to turn them into a freezer-friendly meal, we are not actually going to cook our vegetables, because once you cook them, they turn probably too watery and it's gonna change the whole flavor and texture. So I personally found actually if you use freezer vegetables, and they are in smaller sizes. In other words, once you heat everything up in a microwave, they can be heated very quickly instead of large chunks. So I buy the smaller size bites of freezer vegetables, and they are good for a long time. And so once this is cool, the main dish is cool in a container, you can just sprinkle the vegetable on top and then send them back into the freezer. And another little trick is that during the defrost and the reheating process, since assuming you're going to heat them up in a microwave, very easy and quick, when you pack them in a glass container, you want to make sure your protein, which is the chicken this time, is submerged underneath your curry, the liquid, the mixture, the paste here. Because if it's not, it's more likely that during the microwave heating process, your chicken will get cooked again, right? Because it needs to get heat up during the process. It's likely your meat will turn more dry. So what I found is just try to, when you pack them, put the meat at the base layer, and then pour over your curry paste, the curry mixture, delicious, and then sprinkle the vegetable on top. And once they are completely cool, put them into the freezer. I have so far, depends on the time that I air this video, I put them in my freezer for a week and I heat them up. They taste absolutely wonderful. I'm so excited about it. So depends on when I air this video, maybe another 3 to 4 weeks. So I will put probably a little message update somewhere, maybe right here or down below, or on my blog, to tell you that my little personal experiment. But at least so far for a week, it's absolutely good. Okay, so assuming you are like me, I want to enjoy that right now. So what I'm gonna do is, continue to let it shimmer and add the eggplant in. So previously we blistered them a little bit so they have better texture when you freeze them, okay? Or even if you want to eat them right now, they won't turn mushy or watery and dilute your mixture. And I'm going to just sprinkle a little bit of my frozen vegetable however you want. If you eat keto, you can skip the carrots. Don't yell at me, and this is not a keto recipe because I use carrots. And if you don't like it, skip it. But definitely use artichoke. I love artichoke. If you can find bamboo shoots, that's fantastic as well. I love artichoke. It adds so much flavor. It's just delicious. Adding more and more, I want everything. And if you want Brussels sprouts, I found the petite one, and you can also add them in there, very cute. I'm just going to cook them until these frozen vegetables are completely soft and cooked through, and then we're going to eat. Time to eat. See, I have a beautiful pot of curry here, and you can see this beautiful grained mixture. And now it's still a little bit more liquidish, but once it cools down, the full-fat coconut milk will get slightly thickened. So, but now it's absolutely fantastic already. And before we serve, there are a few ways you can do it. I have this beautiful Italian basil here. If you can find Asian basil, that's probably the best. It's a little bit a little bit more spicy, a little bit more fragrant, and the texture is a little bit tougher than these very delicate Italian basil. But you know what? This is absolutely fine as well. You can mix the basil in, and then right before you turn off the heat, or you can, just decorate a little bit, like me right here, and then put it right on top. It looks beautiful. Make sure you take a picture. And to serve. By the way, if you use microwave to heat it up, or just like right now, you can just do a little lime zest before serving, and that will bring everything to life. You can smell the lime, fresh, fragrant, and it just looks, oh my God, worth a lot of money. Awesome. And I am going to eat. Okay, so take a little, my favorite artichoke. I'm going to take a little chicken, and also just a little bit of our curry cream, curry mixture, and also this little curry booster we made ourselves. Wow. You know what? This is so out of this world. A lot of times people say when you make curry, it tastes even better the next day. On the same day, it's not that great, but for some strange reason, that's not the case at all. I have a suspicion it has something to do with our curry flavor booster. So I really, really want you to try that and to download that. Okay, one more bite. It's so creamy and it's savory and it has a little hint of spiciness and then also citrusy. And you can see the eggplant because we blistered it previously, so they maintain the entire texture and it didn't dilute our entire curry broth. So to download today's recipe, please visit iHeartUmami.com. I put the link right here and also down below. You really, really need to try my curry flavor booster. And thank you so much again for spending time here with me to try my first freezer meal friendly recipe. And I hope you enjoy it. And then please come back here again. And then next Thursday, I will share another new amazing Asian inspired paleo recipes here with you. Thanks again. See you. Ciao. Bye.